Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Wands. The Tower. There might be a little troublemaker around you. It could be a fire sign, but there might be some sort of troublemaker that wants to bring your fortunes to a screeching halt, right? Okay, well, in this card deck, you see the Page of Wands. It's, there's a lot of skulls in this deck, but with this, it's giving me psychopath eyes. So there's a certain stare that psychopaths have. This is not for every single person because we all have different mannerisms, but there's a lot of psychopaths that have a certain stare in their eyes that is very cold. So if you're an empathic person, you can feel the coldness. Doesn't matter what color the eyes are, but there's a coldness behind their eyes and you can feel it, right? Like nothing registers, like there's no empathy that's radiating out of their eyes, right? But another key hint here is when certain psychopaths look at you with really wide eyes, where you could see the entire pupil of someone's eyes, right? It's like almost like when someone's scared and you open your eyes really wide, because we open our eyes really wide when we're nervous and scared, for most people. But these people aren't nervous and scared. They're looking at you with these wide, huge eyes because they're trying to figure you out, and they have a lot of mischievous looks behind their eyes, female or male, right? So if you see someone giving you those wide eyes, for no reason, and there's a coldness there, even if they pretend to be really friendly and bubbly and like they like you, if you see their whole pupil staring at you, I would just take a few steps back because I do read faces very well. I've had a lot of work with that in the past of reading people's faces. But the eyes say a lot, some people say it's the window to the soul, and I definitely believe that. The World. So there's someone here that really wants your world to get turned upside down, the Wheel of Fortune and the World, right? They don't want a good outcome for you, right? They don't want you to get your Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, is about karma and, the wheels of life turning, right? And the World is like an end card of like getting everything, that it's like a culmination of all your work. So this person wants a tower moment for you, and they're trying to get in the way. Now, this is what sneaky people that are kind of psychotic do. They will definitely start whispering pss, 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 to anyone that they see around you, and they'll try to get in their ear like a tick, and they'll sit on, someone's shoulder and start whispering little lies to them to try and deter people from talking to you. They might even actually interrupt every conversation that you have. So say you're talking to someone in a group setting, right? And this psycho is in the room with you guys and they see someone talking to you, they'll immediately come over and interrupt your conversation. And not just interrupt the conversation, they'll take that person away from you. Right? So they'll interrupt the conversation that you're having with a certain person, and then they'll start talking to that other person and just taking the whole conversation away from you. They might even physically take that person away from your conversation. So they won't allow anyone to talk to you. That's another tactic that's very sly and covert. Whoever is in the room, right? If you're in the same room with this kind of psychopathic person, they will always interrupt. They might even talk for certain people, like they'll interrupt the other person and almost answer questions for them. They try to basically hijack any kind of conversation that you have. So you're not allowed to talk to anyone, basically. It's like stealing a toy in the toy room, like for toddlers. They're like, no, you can't use this toy. And then you pick up another toy and they're like, you can't use that toy either. And they hoard everyone. They try to sway everyone against you. And then they all, and if they get you away, they'll latch on and they won't allow that person to talk to you for the entire night. Okay? But they have these wide, crazy eyes. It's always the wide eyes that you really got to look after. Now, do certain people have big, bulging eyes? Yes. Well, you know, and that's just their natural state. But be careful about certain people that are covert, because they'll have all these weird tactics. Ten of Swords. They want to put an end to your luck. Ten of Swords. And the Six of Wands. So they see that you, like, say you're in a group and you're starting to get recognized, and they know that you're going to be successful in some way. They're going to sway everyone in that room against you, because they know what's coming for you. They know that success is coming for you, right? So they want this Ten of Swords to happen for you, because they see you getting recognized and they're not getting recognized. So again, it's kind of like a social murder where they won't let anyone talk to you. If they see someone talking to you, they'll take that person away from you. They'll interrupt your conversation. Then they'll start whispering in people's ears to try to stay away from you, make up lies, whatever they can do to keep people away from you. King of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So they could see you getting recognized in a group, right? Or just standing out, right? Or they just see that there's success on your horizon, even if, right? So they want all these people to turn against you. And especially people that are secure. Someone, maybe there's a boss in the room, or a leader of some sort, right? The leader, the King of Pentacles. They're going to try and sway, you know, everyone else against you, including the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, excuse me. So besides lying, besides interrupting, besides pulling people away from you when you're actually in the middle conversation, they're going to fight and they're going to combat you, you know, and it's always covertly where other people won't notice what they're doing, because they do it behind everyone else's back. So again, it's very passive aggressive behavior, and they don't want the truth of how good you are, or like your fortune, to come out. So they're going to try and cloak you. Now, also about cloaking is that they're going to try and act like you. They're going to copy you in every way. They're going to copy your mannerisms. They're going to copy your words that you use. They're going to copy the clothes that you wear. Right? And it's so obvious to people that actually are watching, you know, but most people don't notice, because they're very sly and passive aggressive and covert with their actions, right? So they try to isolate you in a group. They try to take away any kind of recognition that you have, and they want to see you, you know, done. Tower and the Ten of Swords, right? But you have the Wheel of Fortune in the World here. So it doesn't matter. You know, like if people are easily swayed against you that easily, I don't think you really need those types of people in your life anyway, right? But it's just annoying, you know. But psychopaths in general, they'll always emulate people that they think are the most powerful in the room. You know, it's like putting on other people's clothes, you know, and sometimes it just doesn't work for certain types of personalities. It's like, I can wear a certain type of clothing and it's me because I like it. It's authentic to me. But if the other person puts on my clothes, it looks like they're putting on a costume, because it's not authentic and it just doesn't work, right? You just have to be yourself. The Nine of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So they definitely don't want you to have love either in any sort of way. So maybe there's a connection in the room that could be a really good connection for you. They're gonna try and do everything they can possible to not let that happen, because again, misery loves company. These psychopath eyes, you know, that are just staring at you, they're very weird. And if you just start paying attention to people's faces a little bit closer than you normally do, you'll start to see the coldness. They're kind of like weird lizards, where they're just like staring at you, and they think that no one notices because most people don't notice. So just be wary of people that stare at you with the full pupil being shown, and also people that constantly interrupt you and take people away from you that are actually in the middle of a conversation with you. You got to be careful with these people.